What's going on? Jamel Brentley back with another episode of Building Business Brentley. I have a super special guest with me here today. We're going to go over a couple different things, and all in all, we're going to tie it back into what it's like being a female entrepreneur and seeing success in those early on years. Let's get into it. Thank you for being back with me for another episode. Like I said, we have a very special guest today. Her name is Anna, better known as Bad Gal Nails on Instagram. You might have seen it. If you haven't, we're going to tag her down below, so you got to go check her out. But basically today we want to just talk about, I really wanted to find somebody who I knew was kind of doing the things that I saw myself doing when I kind of started. You know, the whole platform here is about, you know, building business. So we want to take people from the point of where they start their business to they're making money, and now we take care of the back end of what to do with the money when they make it, you know, as far as investing, paying taxes, and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, okay, a lot of my content that I already do, it's either I'm doing something solo or I'm doing something with a male counterpart, you know, versus, you know, other females. And I know in the finance industry in general and just making money, it's a lot of females that's, you know, making a lot of money nowadays. So, you know, if I know somebody personally that's kind of in that journey, I definitely feel like, you know, I should shed some light on that. So if you could just introduce yourself, let people know who you are, let people know what you do, and let people kind of know, like, you know, what's going on with you.
Okay. My name is Anna. I do nails, Bad Gal Nails with an X on Instagram, so make sure you follow.
Gotta check it out.
I have been doing nails for about like 2.5 years now. It was definitely a journey and a lot of different experiences like within being an entrepreneur full time. I have a son, he's 7 years old.
Okay.
So, you know, all the moms out there, you know, we go hard for our kids.
And having kids and being in like entrepreneurship is probably like one of the hardest things.
And one of the scariest things too, because when you think about leaving your job to follow your dreams,
it's like, I got other people that's dependent on me. You know, I gotta make this work.
And then you go from like knowing how much you're gonna make, you know, versus it's uncertainty. It's scary.
I hope.
Yeah, like, can I do this?
Even with that, and it's something that like I've been telling myself this for months. I'm like, okay, you do something whenever you post, and it's like, I feel like it helps you so much with like your reach and all that type of stuff. It's like you tell people like, if you don't like, comment, you know what I'm saying, say like, you're not supporting me.
Yeah,
you know
no. I mean, I feel like within my journey, I have seen a lot, and unfortunately, a lot of people will watch you and not necessarily support your cause, you know?
That's a bar.
They literally will just, you know, sit there and watch, but, you know, you got these celebrities who...
And they comment, and they subscribe, and they paying money, all type of stuff.
Exactly.
You don't even know these people.
Exactly. And then it sucks too when, you know, sometimes, and when you're an entrepreneur too, like sometimes you have to cut like those quote unquote friends off or people off that are not, you know, supporting you or your cause. Because for me, if my girl's selling clothes, shoes, whatever she's doing, I'm pushing that shit. Like, this is the best shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? These are the best clothes. These are the best clothes.
You don't really like it for real. Like, you still, you know,
you
somebody
push
else
it.
might like it.
Yeah, and even if they're just starting off, it's like people need that support from those that they love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for your journey, it's super important to surround yourself with people that are going to show you that love.
Mm-hmm. And I say, like, for me personally, see, I'm more so, I got a background in sales, right? And now you're in a service business, but it's still a sales position, right?
Yeah.
Because there's other people that do what you do, but, you know, you got to sell while you better than everybody else, right? So in my background, most of the things that we do is, you know, revolving around sales. And whenever we bring on new people, we always tell them, like, you want to practice on the people you know.
Yeah.
Because the ones that's closest to you, they not going to really be the people that's paying that premium price, that's coming through consistently.
They're not, because they want the discounts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they lead with the, can I get a discount? Versus like, you would think that it's like, you supporting me, you want me, like, you should throw me a little extra. You know what I mean? That's what I would think.
No, but that's facts, so.
You know what I mean?
That's
and it's
facts.
like, it's crazy that it don't always happen that way, but I feel like when you started, more so my question is, when you started, did you go through that same type of process of, like, you was like, okay, I know for sure at least 5 people gonna come to me. You know what I mean? And how did it look when you first started?
So when I first started doing nails, I was practicing on my friends, family, you know. I had a few people that actually like wouldn't let me practice on them.
Yeah?
Yeah, friend wise
You
and
ever
stuff
been
like
told
that.
like, nah, I want to wait till you get a little better?
Till you get better,
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
I'd have felt that too. I mean, when I first started in taxes, it was like, I'm gonna wait. Or people who wouldn't say they was waiting, but
Yeah.
it was like year 3, year 4.
Mhm.
They said it in their mama. They said, you know, but
Yeah.
sometimes people want that consistency.
Yeah, no, for sure. When I first started, I was practicing on like certain friends, you know, family, and even like when I felt a little bit more comfortable, because for me personally, I waited a little while before I actually started on people, because I kind of wanted to know what I was doing
practice, like the
first.
dolls and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would practice on like these practice hands, and then when I felt a little bit more comfortable, that's when I actually started to practice on the people that I knew. After that, I actually would do, when I was like, okay, I have to start practicing on like random people.
I
So I was,
can't
yeah, I can't
get
just
some
do my
real
friends. I gotta
experience.
get real, because everybody's different. So you gotta,
People's nails are shaped differently. Their hands sit
and then
ways.
you know the way people like, some people move a lot, some people are super
Yeah,
still, some people are super
jittery.
picky. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that real experience until you're actually dealing with people you don't know.
For sure.
So I started doing like $15 sets. Oh my god,
Wow.
$15.
Is that a thing? You can't
Yeah,
do
when
that.
you're first starting, like first starting, where you don't really like know what you're
Yeah,
doing,
you gotta do the.
you gotta like cost. You know, you're paying for the cost of the material that you're using, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like for the experience. But then
Then
after
they're just
that,
breaking even, huh, with those
yeah,
clients.
when you're first starting, yeah. And back then, I was still working my corporate job. So I used to work for the hospital, and I used to work 4 10-hour shifts, and I was working Sunday through Wednesday, I think. Yeah.
So it's a long weekend, but it get cut short.
Yeah.
So,
No, and then on my days off, I was taking nails. So I really didn't have a day off. So for like a year,
you was like working every day.
I was like working every day. I
That's
was
crazy.
pushing myself like every day.
So throughout that process, would you say, did you see any increases in what you were charging, or was you sticking to that like minimum?
Oh no. After that, after I started, because
I
I
seen
felt
a few of
like,
your story times.
yeah.
And you got some clients. You definitely got some clients.
Yeah, these
that's-
clients be crazy, but I
Yeah.
love them all.
Yeah.
But-
You definitely, I appreciate you for coming through. Even if we don't work out, I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, did you see, like, was it more like a gradual increase, or did you kind of just wake up like, you know what, this pandemic, like, I'm feeling like I'm that, let me just go ahead and
So you know
overnight.
what's crazy is that I actually started my nail business in the pandemic.
It's crazy.
That's when I started it.
I feel like the pandemic birthed the most like entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it did for sure, because it kind of helped in a way.
Yeah.
But also, like, when I felt comfortable enough to start taking like clients, that's when like I announced, oh my god, guys, like
Yeah.
I'm doing nails
Yeah.
now, and come book with me or whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, we shut down.
That's crazy.
And I was like, dang, like, is this
I
a
feel
sign? Is this not for
like,
me?
should I not be doing
Yeah.
this? Like, I finally got all this
Yeah.
encouragement, and you know, so I'm ready to do it. And as soon as I go out there, it's,
And then, you know,
Yeah.
but that just shows like, you know, there's a whole bunch of bumps in the road, you know, when you're an entrepreneur.
yeah, it's just a part of your journey, for sure. It's a part of your journey.
Yeah.
So even though you're in a place now where clientele is building, fees are increasing, you know, we getting more noticeability and things like that. Before you even really got to that point, how did you even really get into nails? Like, because y'all will see, you go check her out. Like, these aren't just like French tips. You know what I mean? This ain't just white toes. This is art, right? So like, did you have like a artistic background before you got into this, or how did that come about?
So I was always very like crafty and artsy. I never really tapped into it when I was like younger, but I was just like the way I would decorate my room, or the way, you know, that I would, you know, go crazy on certain like
Yeah.
projects and things like
You
that
just
that I
had,
would
like, a
be
little
working
special
on.
touch to
Yeah, I
it.
was just
Yeah.
always like super artsy, but I never really tapped into it. I will say though, I was always fascinated by nails. When I would go to the nail salons, like, I would want them done a certain way, but they
Yeah.
would just never do it.
Yeah.
Then I would go home and kind of like, I didn't even know
You
what I
have to
was doing.
reshape 'em and
I would
all
go
that
home,
stuff.
reshape them.
Yeah.
Looks like trash still, but the shape is a little bit better. like-
It's a little closer to what I was thinking it was gonna be.
yeah,
So I feel
but
that.
yeah, so I just like really, when I was working a job, and this was like a few years ago.
How long But this is the job that you left last or before that?
No, this is like before. This is
Okay,
when like
okay.
I first had my son. I think I was still with my son's father at the
Yeah.
time, and I was working this job. I was making like $15 an hour. My son was probably like 1 or 2 years old, and I'm like sitting here working in this call center, and I'm
I
like,
feel like we all got a call center story.
yeah.
Everybody got
Yeah.
a call center job that they worked at. It's
Yeah,
just-
I'm sitting here and I'm like, what do I want to do with my life? Like, this is not for me. Like, waking up and making this little $15 an hour, like, it's not, this is
people you
not
gotta deal
it.
with, like, I don't even
Yeah,
wanna
I
drive
gotta,
here.
this is not the life I want to, I'm trying to live luxuries,
Yeah,
like,
okay,
comfortable,
for
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, that's when it's like, okay, we got to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
what is it that I really want to do? And when I kind of, like, ended up was like, okay, well, like I really want to do nails. Like I was always so fascinated. If you go on my Instagram, you go to like your explore page,
Yeah,
it's
but
nothing but nails. Like literally nothing but nails all the time.
That's crazy.
So when I finally decided, to do nails, it was a little bumpy because I didn't have the time. You know what I mean? Like you have to go to school for that. You
Yeah.
have to,
So
figure.
did you go and like get licensed and everything like that?
So I'm actually still in the process
Okay.
of getting fully licensed,
Okay.
but the whole thing is that these schools are kind of like rip-offs. You know what I mean? They only teach you like the basics.
So in the position, and I feel like I know where you're going with it, but more so like, are you saying like in the position you in, it's like, why do I pay to? I know the value I'm getting for what I'm paying is not there. You know,
Yeah,
that's
and
the
it's
kind of
not there.
spot you're in?
Yeah, because they're charging like $5,000 just to get
Yeah,
licensed.
to teach me about how to
Yeah,
take
and
care
then
of
if you want to do like financial aid or something like that, you got to be like a
So it's like
full-blown
real school.
esthetician. Yeah,
So you
like
go to
you
school
got to
for this.
really go to school for
Oh
it.
wow, I didn't know. It was
Yeah.
that deep. What's that word?
What?
I
Esthetician?
can never say that. Esthetician.
That's like a full specialist. Like
You
they
do
teach you
everything.
about eyes, like waxing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not anything that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, so it's
But
like you got your lane.
yeah, so I'm in my process right now of my because you can go to school for 3 months for it, but you just gotta put the time in, or whatever. So I did find a school. I'm in the process of that right now.
Okay.
Um,
So you
but
are gonna do it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm in the process of that right now. But my main thing was when I was starting, like I saved money to the side, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit on my taxes, help put that in there. And then when I was like ready to like throw down this money,
Hold on. Did you say you invested your tax money? Is that what I heard? Oh my God! I've been listen. Hey, don't listen to me. Listen to invest that
Yeah.
money now. Okay, you go back.
you
to
have
my
to.
bad. That's just a
And make
little-
sure you file your taxes because
Come on.
he is the best,
Come on, that's what
okay?
we do,
The
you
best
know?
out
We
here.
take care of you. Small business, you know what I mean? Individual,
Yeah.
whatever it is. We got
Yeah.
you. Okay,
Of
back to you
course.
though. Back to you.
Okay. So, so when I was like ready to throw down, this money
Yeah.
to go to school, I found the school that I wanted to go to. I was like so excited. And then when I went to go tour the school,
Yeah.
I'm like looking at their work and I'm like, what is this?
So it's not like something you could do. It's not like an online thing.
No,
gotta
like
be
you
in
have to go.
class,
Yeah,
type
you
of
have
thing.
to do the
So I
hours.
feel like stuff like that where it's like, especially in the position you in, because you already got experience. Like I tell people all the time, like experience is the best coach. You know,
Yeah.
you can take courses, you can research, read ebooks, all that type of stuff. But until you actually go out and do what it is that you want to do, like you never really gonna get nowhere. So
Yeah.
like for you to be able to not only I'm running the business, I got a kid to take care of, I got these other things going on. Now I got to make more time to go to school and sit in a class that I'm paying for that I already know what's going on.
Yeah, and then you got to juggle work and like time at home,
That's
all that
dedication.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
if you really got a craft, like
Yeah.
I feel like it's work, but it's like okay, this is just a stepping stone in
Yeah,
my process.
you have to do it. But no, so let me tell you this story real quick. So I was gonna throw down all this money like to go to school. I was like so excited, ready to go. And when I went in there and they gave me a tour of the school and they showed me the work that the students were doing.
Yeah,
I was like,
kind of like where they at right now.
yeah. I was like, what?
Are y'all
No.
hiring instructors?
Yeah, like this is not
Yeah.
not it. This
Yeah.
is not. I do better work, and I was teaching myself for like a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was
remember we had
literally.
that conversation about you kind of
Yeah.
to the other side of that.
Yeah,
You know, where we was talking about more so like because of where you at and how you got it going on, like you could be positioning yourself to be training people, be teaching people. Is
Yeah.
that something that you gotta, I guess, get the license for to really do, or?
Yeah, I want to say yes. I feel
Yeah.
like the whole reason, because I've had people that have hit me up to do classes and things like that, and like, you know, I'll do like a little one-on-one with them, but to actually like to do a full like
Yeah,
class
like
and like
license or
actually,
something, certification or
yeah,
something
like
like
or a
that.
2-day class or something like that, or a certification. I really want to make sure that I'm licensed, obviously, and I
Yeah.
do it the right way. So that's why I haven't really tapped into that.
That
But
makes sense, though. It's a part of, I say it makes sense though. It's just part of the process.
yeah, because I don't want, and my thing is too, like, I was so focused on making sure that I have my craft down before I even teach others.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people out here trying to teach classes and do all this stuff, and then,
A lot of times you'll see people, especially with like how social media is, you'll see people teaching stuff that they don't even do, or like they never even done,
or they're not even that good at
or
it.
they're not. They tried it, they're not that good. But
Yeah, and it's like you need to focus
it's
on your craft
but I feel like
first.
sometimes that's like a marketing scheme, right? So like, let's say if you somebody and you know how to sell, right? No matter what it is, I can sell it. So let's say if you had a course going on, I don't know nothing about what's the course. I don't know how long it lasts. She says 2 days, $7.99. Get this. If you want to upgrade, we do 101. Boom, I can sell that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it's like, and I can sell it to the point where it's like, listen, I've been through it. Okay,
Yeah.
like I get my nails done before I do the video, all type of stuff. So it's like I feel like sometimes people do focus more so on the selling aspect of trying to get money versus getting into that craft and really knowing
Yeah.
what's going on.
I feel like a lot of people think as soon as you start your journey, you're supposed to, that money's supposed to be like just
They say,
coming
like,
in.
the first 2 to 3 years, you're really supposed to lose money.
Yeah, and you have to, you can't skip the struggle.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's so cliche to say, but you really can't skip the struggle
'Cause you hear
stage.
people say that all the time.
Yeah,
but
because
it's
you're
like,
not automatically gonna just pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. And this is blood, sweat, and tears. If this is something that you want to do and you want to be an entrepreneur and you have something that you believe in, it is literally blood, sweat, and tears. Like,
you never set up and was worried like, how am I gonna make this happen? Or,
is this
you know
for
what I mean?
me?
Is this really for me?
Doubting your journey.
Me personally, I just spent all this money. I done bought cameras, microphones, lights. You know what I'm saying? And even with this is a new thing that I'm doing. It's like first couple videos I got 40 views, 20 views, and I'm like, damn, I'm getting thousands on this, but why it's not? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's a process. You know what I mean? I know the reason I'm doing it is not more so just to get any more fame or whatever like that. It's more so to shine light on people that I know are really doing things.
Yeah.
That I feel like can inspire other people. I feel like I'm nothing crazy. I'm not no Superman, but it's like if you look at on paper, I've accomplished some good things for my age. So it's like if I see that in other people, I definitely want to bring that light to them. So
Yeah.
now that we got the nail business covered. You know what I mean? We've been doing that for a few years. We're growing. We know what we're doing on the certification side of things. You told us that you got a little one. How old is? You said you got a son, right?
Yeah.
How old is he?
7.
7. What's that like? First grade?
2nd grade now.
2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm a new father. I got 2 under 2, and I can't even think that far. About school. I'm like,
It's crazy now because you know what? I dropped him off at school and I'm like, oh, like, give me a kiss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
He's
give me a
like,
kiss before you go
outta
inside.
here.
And he's looking around like
Making sure
nobody see him. I'm like, ain't nobody here. Give me a kiss. Like,
That's funny. And people keep telling me like, oh, just enjoy this because
yeah, they grow so
They're
fast.
gonna get so old.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like, I hear that, but these 4 a.m. diapers ain't no joke.
Yo,
So that's
I
tough.
can't even. Oof.
That's tough, but no, that's definitely for me personally. I would say that's like my motivation to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's different when you starting off and it's like, okay, I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to kind of figure it out. When it's like I got this pressure of like, okay, I gotta provide. Like I done already set up a certain kind of lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
I can't, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they got seen some stuff, and so it's like that's definitely something that can keep you going. But outside of you know what I mean, being a mother, being an entrepreneur, what else are you kind of involved in? What else are you doing? Like you got any side hustles, anything going on like that?
I've actually been looking into the next part of my journey, like with my business, because I want to add more services, and then I want to have like my own like online like nail store. So I have
Okay.
2 different things that I
Would
want
that
to
be, like,
do right
products or,
now.
like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically everything that you need to do like nails. I want to make my own acrylics, like have my own acrylic line.
Like, you would do that, like outsourcing, or you would have, like, a factory?
So
Probably
okay,
outsourcing, right?
maybe, but I feel like with time,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as of right now, like I'm gonna kind of. So I've been watching videos on how to make the acrylics. So I feel like starting out
You
like,
can, like, actually make it.
yeah, I can actually make them. Yeah. So and then once everything is settled, then I can just kind of
Yeah. Kind of keep moving in that direction.
keep it going.
That's good. That's big. So that's like, it's ownership.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think ownership is something that everybody should.
Yeah. And you have to figure out what works for you and what you want to do, because a lot of people will push their own visions on you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really like stray to what other people want you to do. It's what you want to do. Everybody's always like, oh, you should get a salon and you should. I don't
So
want
you
to
don't
be
need that.
responsible for
Yeah.
nobody.
That's crazy.
But I don't want to make money by doing like manual labor all the time.
Yeah.
I want to
Wanna
wake
get away
up
from
to I want to wake up to money. I want to
Yeah.
wake up to people, buying
People
orders.
just
I want to make
begging
money
for
while
it,
I'm
or they
sleeping.
just, yeah,
You
like,
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
getting
That's
this
the
and
goal.
that.
That's
Yeah.
the goal. To make money
Selling
when you're
products and
sleeping.
people, okay, you 30 orders just last
Yeah.
night. So that's perfect. That's a great way to wake up.
Yeah.
But
So I don't want to be responsible for nobody.
yeah,
None of that. So that's why I'm trying to get into like the next part of my business. I feel like this year when I file my taxes, when I'm really gonna
yeah.
invest in myself,
you.
my business. You
Tell
have
you,
to.
if you get a refund, you gotta put it. It's like
You ain't gotta put the whole thing. That's not what we're
some of
saying.
it.
But just take
Invest in
some of it.
yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In yourself. If you got something that you want to do, that okay, yeah, it might cost money. Like she said, you might have to go back to school. Me personally, I've been in this tax industry 6 years, going on 6 years now,
Mhm.
right? But a hurdle that I've always ran into is people like, oh, if they didn't know me in my earlier years, they're like, oh, I need a CPA. Oh, are you a CPA? Are you a CPA? A lot of times, what I notice, first of all, most people don't need CPAs, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people need a tax professional, but not everybody needs somebody to do their taxes.
Yeah.
Right? So it's different levels in what you got going on, and I'll be, upfront about that. Like, everybody doesn't need somebody like me, but if you got like a specialty case, if you're self-employed, and there's different things that, based on how you do your tax returns and what you do with that, can either put you in a good position, down the line, or it can put you in
Yeah.
a bad spot. So if you're in that space with a little more complexity, then of course somebody like me would be beneficial, but not necessarily saying that everybody needs that. I'm sorry, it's a busy day, but yeah, for the most part, what I would like to get into, just transitioning a little bit, is I like to be the type of person where I'm not gonna just tell you about something. Like, I'm gonna kind of tell you how to do it. You know what I mean? If I can't really give you a better way of doing something, I can't tell you that you're doing something wrong. So
Right.
let's say if you could speak to somebody who might have been in the position that you was in 2 years ago, when you was first starting to practice, or when you was first starting to, think about, like, I could really do this. Like, what would be some advice you would give to that person that's getting started?
I would just say don't be afraid, to take the leap. I feel like a lot of times people need that certainty in order to take the leap into what they want to do. And I just want to say, like, sometimes you got to think outside the box. Like, I ended up leaving my job and, doing nails full time. And, I started thinking, so I work downtown. I bartend and do bottle service.
I heard you popping.
Yeah.
I heard that's the best bottle service. You know what I mean? They say, hey, if you at Crow, then ask for Anna.
Yeah.
She'll take care of you for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I like making people have fun. I'm like the life of the party, whatever.
Yeah.
So my thing is like,
It's crazy how just making somebody have a good time and smile, how that can translate
into money.
It's crazy. It's like,
And especially when there's a little bit of alcohol
oh
involved.
man, people start spinning it. Hey, I want everybody to have some.
That's why
Like,
you wake up the next day and you're like, dang.
This is the best job I've had. Why did I start doing this a long time ago? But no,
But-
that's how I used to feel like with sales, because it's like, even like I said, everybody got a call center story. I used to work in a call center where I sold timeshares. I worked for Hilton, right? And there was basically like a pay rate where if you sell a certain amount of these packages within this amount of time, it gets more and more, like they add bonuses to it. So it's like, okay, I'm looking at my charts and, it's like, okay, I came in here, I was making $7,000 for the week. By the time I left, I'm at $15,000. So it's like,
Oh wow.
It's crazy. Like it's really,
Yeah.
I had such a good time selling the packages, but it was right before like a tax season, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go crazy.
Oh yeah.
Invest that money back into my business. But that's just like, just taking care of people, making people smile. That transitions. I'm sorry, into you making money. So I know a lot of times you could probably agree to this. Like when you get started, you're not going to see that immediate.
Yeah, and anything
traffic.
that you do.
Yeah, that immediate traffic is not going to be there. Like
Yeah.
you said, people think or they feel entitled almost. Like when I start this is supposed to just people gonna jump on it, everybody gonna come, but it's like.
And it's a thing too. A lot of people get offended
It's
when
it's definitely a humbling experience.
Yeah, a lot of people get offended when like because obviously your people are supposed to support you, whatever, but I feel like when people start like their entrepreneurship, they just automatically feel like it's gonna come.
Yeah.
So they get offended when certain people don't support them or whatever, and that's fine, to feel away. But you got to be okay with that too. You can't dwell on that.
Like spew out into your image.
Yeah, you can't dwell on that because the people that are supporting you, and at the end of the day,
make them feel a certain kind of way, like,
you got to focus on that and keep it going. Not at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna support you. Even people that even friends that you have, and you have to be okay with that. You're not for everybody, and not everybody's for you. And I feel like a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
There's certain clients, that I have that are pain in my ass. But you know what?
Sometimes it be some of the clients that's like the ones that they come back, but it's like it's gonna be something with this person.
Yeah, it's always something. It's always
gonna
something.
be something. And it's like they make it a scene, and not necessarily a scene, but it's always is like a back and forth. It's never just a smooth, but it's like they gonna keep coming back. So it's like it's hard as an entrepreneur to turn down.
To turn down.
Too, but it's like sometimes you just gotta,
You gotta make that call sometimes.
What they say is mental health.
Yeah. Mental health.
You gotta take a mental health.
That is priority.
Like,
I mean, I think I've banned like 3 people.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad. For 2.5 years, it's not that bad. 3 people.
Well, yeah, that's not that bad.
I've had some crazy stories,
Yeah.
as y'all know from my story times.
For sure.
Close friends only.
Yeah. But no, that's something for sure. And it's like, it's always nice to be able to talk to somebody who has kind of went through similar experiences and stuff like that. And I would say, especially to anybody, if you are watching this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But if you are the type of person, anything like how I am, if it's something that you want to do, you're going to research it. Same way she said, you're going to research, you're going to figure out, you're going to watch videos. Like, I like to call it YouTube University. I feel like...
I say TikTok University,
too.
TikTok University is crazy.
And it teaches it to you. And the way things are now, like, it teaches you so much faster.
It does.
You know what I mean?
You have so many resources online, so you have to, really utilize them.
Find somebody you like, find a community, join it.
There's a bunch of people doing... what you're doing, and that doesn't mean that just because they're doing it you don't have to do it, but watch, and you got to learn. My biggest thing is watching other people and learning from them. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I know sometimes too people would get caught up and was like, oh, probably more so in like music, but like, oh, I don't want to take that person's style, or I don't want to, you know what I mean, be like, it's like you can take a little bit from this, take a little bit from that, and kind of put your own personal twist on it, you know what I mean? So. And
it's the same thing with nails, because certain nail techs are very bling, but they're not artistic, should I say. And then some are artistic and not necessarily, they don't really like the whole extra blingy look. I feel like I'm a mix of both worlds, because I do both.
So you can dabble in both
sides. I dabble in both for sure. But I just feel like I said, you just have to figure out what works for you. And for me, when I started my journey, like I said, I was working 10-hour shifts at the hospital. I was going in 7 to 7, and I think that's 12, 7 to, 10-hour shifts.
That's a lot, yeah.
But
7 to 5.
Yeah, early as hell.
No, that's too early though. I couldn't.
And then I was coming home, dealing with my son, and then practicing. And then taking, clients on my days off. And for a year straight, you got to put in the work. And then when I was ready to leave my job, I started doing nails full time. And then now, I was, well, not now, but about a year ago, I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, I know I'm doing nails full time and I'm getting, income from that. But when you're first starting, you're not going to pop.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, all right, so I kind of want something to like fund,
Yeah.
like fund me.
Yeah.
All the
funny
money, yeah, all the money that I'm making from nails,
Yeah.
I want to put like to the side,
Yeah.
but I want something to fund me
That can still take
that I
care
could
of
still,
everything else,
take care of
whereas,
everything
yeah,
else. So
while
that's
it's
why
in the
I was like,
process.
okay, like let me try to find something in nightlife.
Yeah.
Then I started, doing bottle service, then bartending now. And I feel like that's a good way to help because you only have to do it like probably like 3-4 days a week max.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up more shifts, you can. But like that's like fast money.
I always wanted to be a bartender.
You know,
I ain't gonna
it's
lie.
fun.
I feel like I would have a
It's
great
fun.
time doing
It's
it.
fun.
Especially
It's fun.
because, I work like at certain times of the
Yeah.
year and then the rest of it.
And then it's like, there's literally a bar
Yeah.
in between you and that person. So it's like, you don't necessarily have to do
Yeah.
much,
Just making well,
Yeah.
I don't want to say just making drinks.
Yeah, but
It's
you
it's a
talk to
profession,
people
but
and all that stuff, make them feel good. People like to talk,
yeah, for sure.
so
The
you
more
gotta let them
the more
talk.
you let people talk about themselves, it's like you could just be
You just
alright.
be a listening ear,
And they just-
and at the
you
end of the
keep
night,
going.
that's just a
You know what? Thank you.
$100
Yeah,
right
it's
there,
like, hey,
quick.
This is perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Come back again. We can't wait to see you again.
Yeah,
But no, that's cool. So I think that just being in that entrepreneurial space, not only does it help you get like tough skin, but it also helps you get out of your comfort zone.
oh yeah,
When we first get started, we're not in a position necessarily where we can delegate. We need to respond to all our own DMs. We need to make sure we booking our appointments. We need to make sure we got materials stocked up, supplies, and
yeah.
putting all that stuff together. Do you feel like you being someone who has to do that, does that change how you see the business before you first got into it? Like, this is not just doing nails. Like, this is
Yeah, this
running
is.
a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
It's
is. It is. It's a lot different because at first, when you're first starting, all you think about is just like, oh, I just need this, and then I can do a set. No, but you need this,
Yeah.
and then you got to follow the new trend that's
Yeah.
going on now.
Do you
And
do toes?
no,
I feel like I never seen you do toes. You don't do nobody toes?
you know what? I
So
have
how
been.
does that work? You just say I only do hands.
I just do. Yeah, no. People ask me, and I tell them no. I have been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like I've been thinking about doing toes, but I just can't
You don't like
stomach. I don't. And it's not that I don't like feet, but a lot of people don't take care of their feet.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't. I might just throw up.
You just gotta have a mask on.
I don't know because.
I've been wondering that for a long time. And I'm like, maybe some people just don't want their toes online, but
No,
I don't feel like she do toes.
No,
Like,
I don't. I
never seen
don't.
no
I don't.
toes.
I really, and like this is, that's a good, thing to do because you could do nails and
Yeah.
toes. That's another stream
So
of
let me ask you
income.
this.
But
If we did like a raffle or like some type of giveaway, and the winner got a pedicure, would you do that? No manicure though, straight face. Full price, just a pedicure though. But I get to pick the person.
Can we pick your wife?
It's gonna be a little worse than that.
Oh my God.
No. She would have to win though. Whoever it is, they would have to win. We'll do some type of, if you do this, you get that, whatever. But the person win. I say full set.
Yeah.
Full set.
Wait, of toes?
Well, hands too. Oh, yeah.
I really don't I don't do feet, so
Yeah.
I would do a full set though. I
We'll
would do
think
nails.
about it.
Yeah.
We'll try to put that in the works.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's cool. Okay, that's something positive we look forward to. So, and then last thing before we wrap up, I know I asked you about was something that you would give somebody who might be starting out, you know what I mean, to kind of get their thing going, but what would be something that's like, let's say if somebody is in a position where they bought everything they got, you know what I mean, they done advertised, they've been posting, they've been trying to do what you do, like, hey, if you're my friend, do this, and it's not going nowhere, like they stuck in a spot. Like, what do you think is something that you can tell them, like, if you stuck, this is what I would try before I give up, kind of thing?
I would say I feel like sales, like little flash sales, are a good way to get people in the door. Because people love their discounts.
Yeah.
They do. So even sometimes for me, I have slow seasons, and if I'm like realizing, maybe this month a lot of people didn't book,
Yeah.
and I'm looking into, I'm taking into account, okay, is it like because back to school
Who do you use
or
for your booking?
holidays?
How you book your appointments?
Equity.
Okay. Okay. I heard equity. Okay.
Is it equity? Is that how you say it?
I think it's equity.
Yeah. Yeah,
Equity or
equity.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
But I would say like do like sales, cause that might help too. And
Does it have to be
also,
like half off or like
nah,
20% or
don't
like
do
just
half
something?
off because your work is, should speak for itself.
Mhm.
But just do like a little discount. You know what I'm saying? Take into consideration what you want to make and
Yeah.
versus like a good discount, like a good
Yeah.
median.
And sometimes you can do like what the bigger companies do, where they say the base price is really higher than what it is, and then
Yeah.
discount. And you almost still at the
Yeah.
what you wanted to get.
And
to.
another thing that I did when I first started, I used to have like how do you say that? Like influencers or
Yeah.
people that would promo my work.
Okay.
So
People that
what
you
is that word?
they paid not paid sponsors.
You get what I'm saying
I know
though.
what you're talking about,
It's
though.
at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, affiliate
But
marketers or something like
yeah,
that.
like
I guess influencers that you
ambassador or
ambassador.
something.
That's the word.
It's ambassador, yeah.
Brand ambassador.
Yeah, like brand ambassadors. So I had a friend. Her name is Brittany. Shout out to her because she really helped me, and she was one of the Wild and Out girls, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
She shot you out on Wild 'N Out?
huh?
She
Not
shot-
on Wild and Out,
Oh,
but she was one of the Wild and Out. Yeah, she was one of the Wild and Out girls. So she had a very high following. You know what I'm saying? Even people that have like probably like 5,000, 10,000 plus or whatever.
Yeah.
You trade like services. So when I was first starting, like I had probably like 500 followers
Yeah.
or something like that.
Your business
And
page kinda popping now.
yeah, a little bit. Just a little,
Just a little.
just a
I'm like,
smidge.
okay.
Not too much,
I
but
see it though. I see it, you
just a
know.
little bit. It's getting there.
You gotta give people their flowers. So no,
Yeah.
you're doing your thing though. for sure.
So she actually, okay, so I hit her up and, I was just like, hey, like, you have like a large following. She was like a mutual friend of mine. And, I was like, hey, you have like a large following or whatever. Like, I'll do your nails in exchange for you, like, promo or something like that. So I did a few sets on her that, like, she chose or I would freestyle. And then she would promo me on her page.
You like freestyle more or like?
I love freestyles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do
'Cause it
you-
gets
like, are your
me-
freestyles like when they show up, or it's like it's something I kind of been thinking about doing.
So,
but I ain't drew it out. Or
it depends. So I'll have like an idea in my head. Most of the time it's like after like a long day, I'm unwinding or whatever.
Do you gotta tell them what the freestyle's gonna be? Or you
No.
just,
So
you do the whole thing. and
no,
you're like,
yeah, no. When I do my freestyles, I'll ask you like what colors you want me
Oh,
to stay
colors,
away
yeah.
from,
Oh,
or like,
okay.
do you like butterflies? Do you like this? Do you like? So I kind of know like their taste or whatever. But a whole point of a freestyle is for me to take creative control. I hate when people book freestyles and they be like,
Tell you what to do.
"Oh, you can do this and this, but you can freestyle it."
Yeah.
No, it's not
It's not
freestyle.
really freestyle.
Yeah, no.
They show you a
Most
picture,
of yeah,
but you can
most
freestyle
of
this.
most of the sets that I have on my page are actually freestyles.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I
a
get
lot
that
of them.
vibe, though. I feel
Yeah, a
like
lot
they
of
are.
them are freestyle.
It's not
People
like something
love.
you see everywhere.
Yeah, even like I think my first, because I had like 2 sets that kind of went viral. So, I'm sorry. My first one was like my Queen of Hearts set. I don't know if you ever remember that. Like I had drew like the deck of cards, like the Queen of Hearts. Like I did that on a nail, and like I just did just like a whole Queen of Hearts set. So that one was like the first set that people like really started like paying attention to my freestyles. And then the second one was
When your video, not to cut you off, but just to, I don't want to forget it. When your videos go viral, would you say that transitions into clients?
yeah.
Okay.
It transitions to follows and like a bunch of
there,
clients.
come
Yeah.
through.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's not just like getting followers for no reason.
Yeah.
Like it's,
Yeah, and that's why you got to pay attention to like, the trends or, things like that. Like you got to make your I'm not too TikTok savvy, but I'm trying to get back into
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like
Me too.
but I just
I
love
just-
Instagram Reels. They're just
Yeah.
so I feel like they're so much easier, but
yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is. And then it's so that algorithm of TikTok is so different. I
yeah.
had one video pop and it was like 400,000 But then everything else was like
And then
slowly started
but
to
you know what?
decline.
I feel like Instagram is starting to get the same way.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
just saw
feel
something
like
where they was talking about like hashtags don't do nothing like they used to.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
I feel like they really don't. It's the whole people saving and sharing your thing, like
Yeah.
sharing your stuff.
Yeah. The shares
You
is
know,
what get you.
that's why it's so important. Like, and don't be afraid to call people out because I do it
She
all
do
the
it all the
time.
time. I tell you, I'm trying to get more into that, but I'm like, I still kind of.
I do it all the
But
time.
the way she do, it's like it's not like rude. It's just like
Yeah.
if you don't come around me acting like we friends and buddies, and you ain't
Yeah.
helping me grow my business. So.
And be like, and you know, I'll do a little shots here and there. Shout out to those who
Yeah.
reposted.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Or you know what I'm saying? Like just post, hey, like if you really fuck with me or, you know, we're cool,
Yeah.
repost, share, like something, you know?
And it make a difference. Even when I see it, if I read that, I can't not do it. You know, if you read it and still don't do it, then you're
You're
bad
just a
person.
hater.
Yeah, you gotta be. Like, why would you
Yeah.
not? Like, take 2 seconds.
Yeah, especially it takes 2 seconds, especially y'all be sitting there worried about celebrities and not supporting the people around you. At the end of the day, if those people around you are winning, then you're gonna end up winning too because it's gonna change your mindset also.
Yeah.
And you gotta surround yourself with people that are in the same like line that you're trying to be on, the same dream or goal or
Yeah.
something. If you're with people that just cool with where they at, you gonna be cool with where you at.
For sure. 2 things about that. One, you should never be the smartest person in your circle. You should always be somebody that you can learn from. that
Learn
you're connected
from.
to. And then the second thing.
Or that can help you.
Yeah, more definitely. Something that can help you grow.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the smartest person, but you always want to be learning. You know what I mean? You always want to be ever evolving in your business. However, how high you get or, you know, how good you feel like you are, you can always add more. You can branch off and do different things and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I think that's important. I think that's really important. Well, all in all, I think we got some gems. I think that if you are a female entrepreneur, if you are somebody that's starting your journey, you know, whether you do,
Esthetician.
if you do that, you know what I mean, or if you just more so focus on the craft, lashes, nails, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it is, whatever you're going through, just keep going, because even though it's rough right now, when you get to where you want to be, all that time and effort you put in, it's not even going to be, you don't have that bad. So,
And when you feel like you're stuck, that's just your you know, the universe telling you like that's just your next level up. So you got to figure it out and go hard.
figure it out. Bad Gal Nails, build a business with Brentley. Appreciate you coming by again to check us out. Like, comment, subscribe, share. 'Cause I know if you see the video and you don't do it, I know who did do it. Tell me. So,
File your
I appreciate
taxes.
y'all. Definitely, tax season coming up. Tax
Right around the corner.
strategies. Listen, get with me. Free consultations. We'll make it happen for you. 30 minutes. We'll break everything down and let you know what you need to do to make sure you win on top. So, until next time, I appreciate y'all. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Bye.